125 horsepower engine. We talked with Nick about his plane. He said he had to refurbish it after a barn fell on it.
That's not too unusual for some of these older aircraft. And I tell you, if you're an aircraft designer that stands the test of time for 7 years, you know you did well.
I agree. Let's listen in.
This particular airplane I've owned since I was in high school. It had been just restored in 1982, and it was in West Texas. A tornado hit the hangar fell on top of the airplane. So I bought the airplane in pieces. Both wings were broken in half, all kinds of holes in the fabric fuselage, and rebuilt it to its stock configuration. And after I graduated from Air Force pilot training, I took it apart and modified it into the aircraft you see today. It's got a 160 horsepower engine in it now. Anything that has any stress on it, like the wing struts, have been beefed up. Each wing is 5 foot shorter, so it'll roll faster. I'd really like to thank the Thunder over Louisville committee for allowing me the chance to fly on this year's air show. Again, it's a great opportunity to fly in your hometown air show.
Nick is a pilot at UPS. He's also in the resorts, so it's nice to have him here.
What a joy. Hometown, flying in the air show here. What's it like to fly with Nick? Well, let's take a look at the view that he has of Thunder over Louisville. I would say he got the wings glued on pretty good, didn't he?
He did a really good job. And I have to mention that, as he talked about, cloth construction over the wings and the fuselage with a lot of resin. So this airplane isn't completely made of metal. There's a lot of cloth and wood in this aircraft. So that's because of the long history, and that's the way they used to build airplanes back then.
They said the basic design has remained unchanged since 1936.
Yes.
Just the craftsmanship, to put that back together and to keep it flying, that's no small task, you know?
Even building kit airplanes today could take years to do it properly, because that's obviously when you build something or
Makes it more maneuverable, so when he does go into those aileron rolls, it snaps a lot tighter and looks more cylinder, something that we're used to seeing in the air show. There's a good hammerhead maneuver right there.
Yeah. Well, he was saying that he got this in high school. When did you all get the bug to fly?
Well, I went to the Air Force Academy, so once I came out of there, you just get exposed to it so much that I went right into pilot training. Then it's been history ever since. So it's 31 years ago, and been flying ever since. So it's been just something I've always done. It just seems second nature, and it's a joy.
And for me, you know, we've talked a lot about the 123rd Airlift Wing, but before that, it was actually a reconnaissance wing. We used to have our F4 Phantoms. There were the F4 Phantom fighter pilots. And I used to go out there to the Guardian and watch them take off early in the morning, big afterburners kicking out, and feeling that sound and that power. That got me hooked from the time I was about 4 years old. So I've been addicted to aviation and wanted to be a fighter pilot for almost as long as I can remember. So it's a little bit different for everybody, but like we said earlier, once it's in your blood, you're part of a small fraternity of men and women, and it just never leaves you.
And when I lived in Jeffersonville growing up there, we were right on final for the airport here, and our F4s used to fly right over the top of my house every day. So I would always run out there and watch them fly by, and of course their engines were just making a lot of noise. It was great.
John Belsky's standing by live. He's out amongst the folks hanging out watching the air show. Hi, John.
Hey there. Hey, listen, we're in the chow wagon here.